We are in. Hello and welcome to your weekly Be Lucky podcast with me, your host, Daryl Carter. Just an update on the Patreon this week. We are creeping towards a good run. A real strong selection out today on Thursday at Salisbury. Some really, really seriously strong selections on Saturday at Newbury. We are also building up for York next week. It's the York E-Ball Festival. Get in! Can't wait for the York E-Ball Festival. Really looking forward to that. I've already got horses lined up, ready to push the button. What are we doing this week, though? This week we are looking at Newbury and Newmarket, as well as heading over to Ripon for the Great St Wilfrid. So busy day on Saturday before the York E-Ball Festival. There's no better time to join Daryl Carter Racing as the National Hunt Pack is being put together as we speak. Loads of information to refresh your mind for the start of the jump season. Only £26 a month. Come and head over and take a look at Daryl Carter Racing. Okay, now that that is out the way, let's get stuck in to Saturday's racing. We're going to start with the Geoffrey Freer, the 150 at Newbury on Saturday. Now, what I will do is, because people were moaning at me last week for reading out the prices, I will put a screenshot of the prices in here. So there you go. But I'm still going to read them out because there are people that listen and don't watch, so I do want to read them out as well. Heading the market for this 1 mile 5.5 furlong contest worth 50 grand is Pinhole for Ralph Beckett and Colin Keane, 2-1. These are the best prices. Epic Poet, 9-2 for David O'Mara. Candleford, 5-1. Nighttime Dancer, 5-1. Further for Andrew Balding, O'Shea Murphy partnership, 8-1. And Ambient Friendly, the keen going James Owen horse, is the outsider at 10-1. Pinhole had cheek pieces on for the first time. It seemed to spark him back into life a little bit. He got the job done really quite nicely over a sale at Ascot when going off an even money favourite. That was a very, very weak race, though. This is a big step up in grade for him. This is also a step up, another furlong and a half in trip. And I don't think at the end of that run at Ascot that he was crying out for further. I'm happy to take him on. I can't believe that Epic Poet is not favourite for this. Best price 9-2. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Daniel Tudhope is in the saddle. He was a no-show last time at Ascot, but if you watch that race back, he travelled all over Candleford, got no clear run, and it was just a bit of a non-event for him. I'd put a line through that entirely. His previous second, when ahead second to Rebels Romance, is a fantastic piece of form. His brilliant third behind Dubai Future at Meydan is also decent form. This trip is ideal. Quick ground is absolutely perfect for him, and this is a significant drop in grade. So I think there's so much in Epic Poet's favour. He could have lined up next week in the Yorkshire Cup, but they've chosen to take the softer option, if you like, to try and get a win back into this horse for the first time since January this year in Meydan, where he beat King of Conquest. And that form alone is good enough. That form alone is good enough to win this race. Candleford is a pretty solid horse, but he is vulnerable in the finish. Nighttime Dancer did try to give a race to Scandinavia, left miles behind at Newmarket last time. He could outrun his odds, but how they're all the same price as Epic Poet, who's got that brilliant Rebels Romance form at York, when splitting Rebel Romance and Sweet William, is beyond me. So Epic Poet will be quite a strong bet here. I think they're going to go a good clip. Ambient Friendly can go forward. Further will go forward. Nighttime Dancer will probably go forward. Candleford will definitely go forward. So Epic Poet should have the race set up pretty nicely for him, and I can see him winning this with ultimate ease. So that is the first winner for you on Saturday. We head over to Newmarket for the 205. It's the Grey Horse Handicap. A brilliant sight this. If you're going to Newmarket, you're going to enjoy seeing this. This is a brilliant sight with all these greys coming down the track. It's run every single year, and there's only one horse that would interest me. I've seen no prices as yet as we stand. It's currently Thursday afternoon at 12:15. No prices, but I'd be very interested in seeing Bin Harir for William Haggis to see the price on this one. Drawn in stall 10 is a progressive 3-year-old who won with lots in hand 40 days ago over Tactical Plan at Air Steps. up to a stiffer 6 furlongs here, if you like. Is unexposed on turf. He's unexposed on a decent surface. Good to firm ground at Newmarket. I think will definitely suit. And a lot of these are exposed horses. So I'm very, very keen to see what price Bin Harir comes out over at Newmarket for that beautiful grey horse handicap. Back to Newbury for the Class 3 sprint over 5 furlongs. It's worth 15 grand. Get Ready to Rumble is a horse that I've had in mind as being a well handicapped horse. Again, as I speak, no prices for this race, which obviously is a little frustrating, but I can give you price guidelines. Get Ready to Rumble heads to market. Rhythm and Hooves, or say heads to market, heads to weights. Rhythm and Hooves, Glamorous Breeze, King of Stars, King's Call, Little Guff, Old Multi-Star, Sugar Hill Babe, Faustus, Star, Chorus, Roach Power. Think this could come down to the 2-3-year-old Star, Chorus, and Get Ready to Rumble. I'd be looking at around 7-2 for Get Ready to Rumble, who I thought would have been inconvenienced by the heavy ground at Goodwood last time. That was a concern going into the race. It looked really progressive before that. Back on a sounder surface today. If the quick turnaround of 16 days isn't too quick, I can see him running a real big race here. He's definitely ahead of the handicapper on a mark of 90 in this Class 3, 0-88. So a good bit of placing here by Jack Shannon, who's been placing his horses very well in recent weeks. Head over to Ripon now for the Silver Cup. It's over 6 furlongs, same as the Great St Wilfred, but this is a Class 4. I would have no strong opinion in here. I thought Dicko the Legend was very interested on the back of that brilliant victory over Wingmaster at York last time. He's around 15-2. You can see the prices that I've put up there for the top of this market. But a lot of these are exposed horses who are hard to trust. So personally, I won't be having a bet. I wouldn't be advising members to having a bet in a race like this. We try and stick to Class 3 and above. This is the lowest grade of Class 4 you can find, 0-80. So not for me. But that's just me being honest, and I don't want to waste your time. 3 o'clock, Newbury. We've already had a bet in this, me and my members. This is the TPT Fire handicap worth 25 grand. Class 2 event. Classic heads to market for Richard Hannon, Sean Levy, Jumbie, Eve Johnson, Alton, and Charles Bishop partner up with Jumbie. Second fav, Cracking Gold is in there for Clive Cox, 6-1. Havana Pussy, 9-1. Ledman, 9-1. Lulu's Gift, 9-1. Consolidation, who is quite interested in first time headgear, 10-1. Obelix, 14s. Cogitate, who's won at Newbury before, 16-1. Documenting the old boy, 12-year-old, 33-1. Wolford Ballanok, who just seems to have lost his way, 40-1. We've already had a bet in this, me and my members. We are on Jumbie at 8-1 each way, 4 places, quarterly odds. Thought that was a good bet during the week. He ran here last year on this card, having run in the same Newmarket race the week before, and he ran and he was beaten a short neck in the Hungerford Stakes. Today he is in the Class 2 handicap off a career low mark. I think he's got everything in his favour. Loves 7 furlongs, loves Newbury, loves fast ground. Lots in Jumbie's favour to be bouncing back here. Put it this way, if he can't bounce back in under these conditions, then you shouldn't really be backing him for anything else. That would be my take on Jumbie. He is over the hill and he is far away if he's not winning this, in my opinion. Classic is ahead of the handicapper when things fall right. Cracking Gold's a steadily and progressive horse. Consolidation is probably the one I'd fear the most. I think 10-1. I think see him go off much shorter than that. 3-year-old gets the weight allowance, better than the bare result last time at Goodwood. Beaten 5 lengths in the Britannia the time before that, and he was very much on the upgrade, beating the likes of 5th Column at Kempton at the back end of his 2-year-old career. So Consolidation is probably going to be the big danger, but I'm hoping the class act Jumbie, who has absolutely everything in his favour, can go and get the job done in this Class 2 handicap at Newbury. If you haven't backed him, members, if members are watching this, or free members are watching this, if you haven't backed this horse, I would hold off. I could see him going off about 11-2, 6-1. So, but he's got everything in his favour, that's for certain. Back over to Ripon for the Great St Wilfred, their feature race of the entire year. Class 2 handicap, 50 grand. This is worth to the winner. The prices are there. I'll read them out for those listening. Rousing On Call for Roof Car, 5-1, heads to market. Secret Guest 15-2. Rock Opera 8-1. Mr. Socks 9-1. Al Zahir, who had a good run of form earlier this year, is 11-1. Kodiak Thriller 11-1. Grant Wood 12s. City Walk for Saeed Bin Saror and Sean Kiran 14-1. First Folio 14-1. 16-1. Abduction. Nostrum's in here. Nostrum 16-1 and bigger the rest. Really, really competitive, tricky handicap as always. I do like a high draw in these sorts of races. I've always preferred high draws at Ripon. I actually won't be having a bet in this contest, but I thought that Rock Opera might go well here. Ethan Tyndall claims off 7. It's just not my style to be backing horses with claimers on, particularly £7 claimers on. I thought Rock Opera would go well. Further down the field, City Walk is better than we've seen, and Saeed Bin Saror has a good habit of getting these horses right when he's an 8-year-old. He's going to be right every time he goes to the track. So I would ignore the 9 49 days ago. I just wonder if conditions were right for him that day, but he's a big price for a talented horse who has held his rating for such a long time. Nostrum is obviously very, very interesting at a big price here, but you can't trust him the way he's been running. Secret Guest, pretty solid. Andrew Breslin claims 3 off. Andrew Breslin's good jockey, 15-2. Drawn stall 11. And enjoys quick ground. So the more the ground dries up, it's good at Ripon at the moment. It would be better for Secret Guest. But it's a no bet race for me, really, to be honest. We head over to Newbury for the final race of the day. It is the feature race on the Newbury card. It's the Hungerford Stakes Group 2 over 7 furlongs. 85 grand to the winner. Here are the prices. More Thunder for William Haggis, who won the Bunbury Cup last time, is favourite as short as 11-4 in places for William Haggis. Tom Mark 1. Spy Chief, who was behind no half measures at Newmarket, 6 furlongs on the wrong side of the track, perhaps worth an upgrade. 4-1. King's Gamble is stepping up in trip, having made his seasonal return over 6 at this venue. 5-1. Witness Stand 7-1 best price, but I can imagine that is a standout 7-1. He's around 9-2 with most bookies. Rager Bambi looks at here 12-1. Great Generation 14's Al Yanabi, so disappointing, the Al Yanabi of this year. 20-1. Fair Angelica caught the eye on her penultimate start. 20-1. Marvel Man is also interesting. 20-1. I know the yard quite like his chances. Duty First 33-1. Really competitive for Fair. This race normally goes to a horse though that has already proven themselves at Group 2 level. I'll read off the recent winners of this race. Tiber Flow, Witch Hunter, Jumbie, Sacred, Dream of Dreams, Glorious Journey, Sedancelot, Massat, Richard Parker, Today. All these horses had already proven themselves in group company. So horses stepping up in grade hasn't always been the answer to take. And I think Witness Stand is a ridiculously favourable price here. I know this is a little bit of an afterthought and they might think the ground is a little bit too quick for him, but he seems ground versatile to me. He beat Lake Forest in the Group 2 Lennox last time. He saddles a penalty for that. He's a Newbury winner on his only visit over English Oak in good style. Billy Loughnan's in the saddle. This is nowhere near as competitive as some of the races that he has been in himself. So I think Witness Stand is a good bet here. And for some reason, the market is ignoring him. I'm slightly concerned about that, to be honest, but I will happily take a punt at Witness Stand. I think the danger, or a horse that could run into a place at a big price, is Marvel Man for Andrew Boulding. This horse was behind Holguin and Witness Stand last time at Chester, but didn't really get rub of the green coming around the home bend. Chased home Cosmic Year at Newmarket earlier this year, back in May. That was a good effort from him. He's a 3-year-old. He's on the upgrade. He's got more to offer, and he should enjoy the ground. So he's a 20-1 shot. Like, that's a bit too big. But for me, Witness Stand should have too much speed for these. He should be at the forefront of this race, and he really should be there or thereabouts at the finish. I'd be very disappointed if he didn't win this, to be quite honest with you. So Witness Stand is the selection there, but undoubtedly, ladies and gentlemen, the nap of the day is Epic Poet for the ITV races. I do have a very, very strong bet for members only on the Newbury card, and I will let you know that after the members have got their money on. But until next time, everybody, thank you very, very much for listening in. I hope you enjoyed the images of the prices, and until next time, be lucky.